Okay, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to model up a lamp, and the lamp's appearing on the screen now. So it's mushroom kind of design, and what I'm doing here is beginning with a new component for the base, and the base now appears as a component in the browser. I'm choosing the XY plane to draw a circle for the cylindrical base. 110 millimeters is this one. I'll finish the sketch here and then extrude this by the prototype width, or height I should say, which is 15 millimeters. Just type that in there, 15. I'll then begin to create a new component for what I'm calling the neck, or the stem of this product. So another component is created and named. I think I'm calling this one neck. And once that has been created, you'll notice that the base component it's living inside the base. So I've just moved it back up to the top level, so it's its own distinct component. And then I'm going to create a sketch on the neck component. You'll notice I can see through to the base. It's transparent. Just turn the origin on because I want to draw the neck using the revolve feature. So I'm just going to hide the base here so I can see the origin, and sketch now on the vertical plane here and the YZ. And so to do that, to help me with the neck sketch, I've taken a photograph of the neck. Here I'm importing that photograph. I'm inserting this as a canvas. So I've selected the vertical plane there. Get in a little closer to have a look, and you can see in transparency here, it's 30% or 50% canvas transparency at the moment. I'm just positioning the sketch where I want to draw it, so above the origin point there. And now I've just come in and I'm just going to create a new sketch on this canvas. And before I do that though, I need to calibrate the canvas. So I've right clicked and chose calibrate. What that means is basically I'm going to tell Fusion what this is in 1:1 scale. So I measured this part on the prototype and it was 160 in the longest direction, highest direction. And so now I'm just moving it. I edited this canvas and I'm just moving it because it shifted when I gave it its calibration. I'm just shifting it here with the manipulator back up to the top of that origin, and now I'm going to sketch it or trace it. So begin with a new sketch, and then I think I just use a line tool here. So I'm going to draw a line from the base. Remember, I'm dividing this in half because I'm going to use the revolve tool to get this three-dimensional shape, and you'll see that kind of in the thumbnail below. So now I'm using the spline tool to follow the outline of this prototype, and it's a really useful tool. You can use it to essentially to trace your sketches and photographs of your prototypes. So I'm bringing it back to the halfway mark there, and I'll press the tick to just to commit the sketch. And now if you press escape, you can click on these small manipulators here, and you can basically you can modify what we have sketched. You can make it more precise, and so I'm doing that here, and just moving that measurement out of the way. So I've attempted here just to sketch half of this, and once you finish that, you can click go ahead and click finish sketch, and now you should see from the create menu the revolve command. So you can choose your profile and choose the axis you want to revolve around. So I'm selecting that axis you can see there, and now it has transformed that 2D sketch into a three-dimensional shape. just turning off the sketch and the canvas just so we can see the canvas here, just so we can get a better look at what happened with the revolve feature. And now you can see I have the second component. If at any stage you want to modify the shape, you're not happy with the shape, it's very easy to do. You're just going to go back into the sketch, the profile sketch for the revolve feature. You edit that sketch and modify the points. So here you see I've turned it on. I'm just going to go back in, edit, and just modify the shape as you see fit. So might pull a few points, manipulate a little bit. I'll speed up the video here. Okay, so here we have the modifications to the neck, or the stem component of this model, and you can see it's sitting on the origin and it's slightly intersecting the base. That's good. I'll come back to this point later. And then now we want to sketch the shade, or the mushroom head. So again, that's a new component. Components help to keep everything nice and tidy because your browser can get quite messy. And again, this component is sitting inside the neck, which I had expanded, so I've just dragged it back up to the top level, and you'll see those three components there. And so basically, to create the shade, I am going to use a sphere, and then I'm going to basically lop off a bottom section of the sphere to create this mushroom head effect. And so I'm doing that here. I'm just creating a plane where I want to start the sphere creation. So what I'm doing is I chose create an offset plane, and I'm offsetting it from the bottom there, and I'm bringing it up a distance. So I know the overall length of this neck was I think 160, sorry. And so I'm just going to bring a plane slightly down below the top of this component. I think 155 is a good choice. And then I'm going to create my sphere on this plane. So go in here and choose sphere, and then you'll see the origin is higher than the first origin. That's because it's situated on the top offset plane that you saw me just create. So I've measured the diameter here, and it's approximately I think 100. I've put in 200 for the full sphere diameter, so I've sort of modified it down to 160 here. Make sure that's a new body, and then I'm going to click the neck just to make sure about the positioning. So the center of that sphere is at the height of 155, but actually needed to be moved. So I'm turning on here component color cycling, which is a really useful feature of Fusion, just to give each component its own unique color, and that helps you with your modeling and seeing where different components interlock. So in this case, I'm going to use the move. It looks like I'm splitting the body, sorry. So I'm going to split the sphere using the construction plane. So I've selected the sphere, that's the body to split, and now I need to select the splitting tool. And so the splitting tool is one of the construction planes, and if you look on the browser there, I'm looking around here trying to find it, but if you go there you'll see the construction plane folder, and you can activate the plane, and we're using that as the splitting tool. That's why it's red. So here I'm going to split the sphere, as you can see, and if I turn that sphere component visibility, you'll see there's two bodies inside now. I'll just go back up to top level so you can see everything, and I'll highlight the body that I need to hide, and now you can see I have this mushroom effect. So that's part 1 of this video. Check out part 2 for how we do the advanced features.